I'm really excited to show you how you can take an ordinary mason jar and make it extraordinary. Two techniques. One technique is a decoupage technique. Look at that. How cool is that? And look at this one with the flowers in it. And the other one is a coloring technique. I love the red. I love how the yellow one came out. And the ingredients you need for this is just so easy. And this takes no time at all. And they're really fun and pretty to do. So I'm going to show you both techniques today. All right. So let's start with what you're going to need. Mason jars. Most of us have these in the house. If not, they're very easy to find and very affordable. But really, you can use any jar you want. For this, the decoupage, I use cocktail napkins. Look. Look. Cocktail napkin. And that's what it looks like when it's done. Isn't that cool? This one, I love this one. Cocktail napkin. And look at that. Isn't that super pretty? And then for these, the color jars, you're gonna need food coloring. The one thing you need for both of these is the magic potion, Mod Podge, which I like to call Mod Squad. This is matte finish, water-based sealer, glue and finish. It's so fun to work with, so easy, not stinky, washable. I love this stuff. So let's get started with technique number one. Let's do it. All right, super simple, super fun. Get your mason jar. I already started working on this one. Your Mod Podge. I like to use these brushes, really easy to find. They're great. And whatever cocktail napkin or napkin you'd like to use. So you do need to prepare your napkin a bit because every napkin that I've worked with has several layers and you need to peel off, which isn't always easy. Sometimes it's easier to rip it first and then you can, oh yeah, rip it. Rip it good. Then what you do is you just take your napkin and you rip it into pieces. I like, an inch or 2 inch. And I like irregular torn edges. It looks really cool because you're just gonna layer these pieces on the jar. You take your Mod Podge. I'm just gonna take it right out of the jar. You can pour it in something if you want. Use a generous amount and you're just treating it like glue. And like I said, it's not stinky, it's not difficult to work with. And just put it on the jar. It's kind of, it's very much like Elmer's glue. And then you just take a piece of your napkin, flatten it out, and then you put more right on top of the napkin. And like I said, be generous. Don't worry because the glue is going to dry. Try to get it as flat as possible. But what's fun about this is having a little texture. So wrinkles are good. Wrinkles are good. We like wrinkles, okay. So you're just gonna keep going around the jar. I like to start from the bottom up. I don't know about you, but I have so many cocktail napkins in my house because every time I put them out, people always go for the paper towels anyway. It's like, honey, there are cocktail napkins, they're pretty. And he gets a paper towel. So when you get to the top of your jar, you have a couple of options. If you are gonna end up wanting to put a top back on your jar, then don't put the paper on it. I am choosing to cover the entire jar. The other thing you can do, if you don't wanna do that, is you could always do something else around the screw top part of the jar, whatever you want. If you do decide to kind of decoupage, I love just saying that word. It sounds so international. if you do want to attach your napkin all the way to the top, then I recommend that you overlap just a little bit over the edge. And you kind of really want to tuck it in to make sure that it's in the ridges. But just overlap a little bit over the edge, not a ton, and glue it down on the inside. That seems to work really well. Once you feel like you've got everything covered, I like to take the flat part of my brush. I'm gonna put my hand in here. I don't know why I didn't put gloves on, but oh well. And then just go like this. Push everything down. Make sure it's all glued. And again, this is an opportunity to double check your work and see if there's any spots you missed. Like right there. I think I'll put another one right there. And then the next step is to just let this dry. And please stay till the end of the video because I'm going to show you what it looks like after it dries. You'll be amazed. And how I like to finish it off. Okay? So pretty fun. Stay tuned for that. And next I'm going to show you the other fun technique for decorating mason jars. All right, I'm going to go rinse my brush and we'll do that. Stand by. All right, so next I'm going to show you how to color mason jars. Isn't this pretty? I'm obsessed with how this came out. And the texture is so cool. And then I just decorated the top with some funky vase filler. Easy breezy, cover girl. This is what you're going to do. Take your Mod Podge, put it in something. It is very easy to clean up. Then you take food coloring. We're going to make a blue one together. Oh, pretty psyched. And I'm just going to drop food coloring right into Mod Podge. And I'm just going to keep going till I'm feeling like that's enough. Then I'm going to take a popsicle stick. You can use whatever you want. Stir it around. Get it incorporated in there as much as possible. You get this kind of blue and white thing happening, but I really want it to be all blue. And if I want to add more food coloring to change the color, I can. If I want to make it darker, I can. Oh, that's going to be pretty. All we're going to do is apply this to the jar, directly on the jar. You can use a brush. However, I did that and I didn't like the results because it came out too streaky. So instead, I recommend using a sponge. Whatever kind of sponge you have, there's all sorts of different sponges you can get at craft stores, etc., cooking stores. Take your jar. So I'm going to do the whole thing. And then you just start. This is so easy. And you go like this. This dries really, really fast. Half an hour or so. You can come back and then you can add another coat. And you just keep adding as many coats until you are happy with it. The red one I showed you, which is kind of more pink, that was 3 coats. The yellow, I did 4 coats. But after it dries, you can see, do I want to add another coat? But I recommend at least 3 to really get it good coverage. All right. That looks pretty good to me. So set it and forget it, and we'll come back and give it another coat. All right, back at it. This is what the first coat looks like. It dries really, really fast. Isn't that pretty? And that may be all you want to do, but I want to keep going. So back to the sponge. Your sponge may dry out a little bit in between coats, and we're just going to lay on coat number 2. So I want to show you where we are with this jar. This is now dry. It's been sitting out for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. Doesn't it look cool? Isn't that neat? So after it all dries, then you kind of can inspect it. And if there are any areas that you missed, you can go back with some Mod Podge and a brush and just cover it up again. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. And then the last thing I'm going to do, and this is an option, you can decide if you want to or not. I use a gloss sealer to seal it all up. You don't have to use a sealer. You don't have to use gloss. If you'd rather use matte, you can do that. I do this outside because this is pretty potent. But what this will do, and let me show you this one, slide you over, is it just hardens everything up and protects it. So if you're using this for a base and you might get water on it, it protects the surface and your decoration from water. And it looks really cool. So you can see in the light, it's got that nice gloss finish to it. Yeah. So after this one dries up, I'm gonna take it outside with my sealer and spray it on. So stay tuned and I'll show you the final result. We did it. I'm ready to show you the big reveal of our 2 mason jar zhuzhing projects. This is the decoupage. We use the lobster cocktail napkins. This is the finished product. Isn't that cool? See, it's nice and hard. It looks really, really neat. Isn't that awesome? This will be so pretty with wildflowers this summer. Can't wait. And this one, look how good the blue came out. Isn't that great? And I ended up putting some white nautical rope around the top. And again, I cannot wait to put wildflowers in this. So get some mason jars, get some Mod Podge. Try this at home. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you loved it. I hope you got some ideas. I hope you do it. And please subscribe to the channel for more. So let me know how it goes. Show me what you got. I'm obsessed with this one. This is gonna be so great in Maine summer. Okay, I'm out. Talk to you later. Bye.